More and more, you're going to be asked to do research in your projects here at school, perhaps when you are looking for something on your own at home, and you're going to need to understand how to sort through that information that is presented to you. And one of the ways you are going to be accessing information is going to be through the internet. And obviously, you are going to find websites. Now, the question becomes, how do you decide what is a credible and reliable source for you to use, especially if you are using it for a research project at school? There are some quick tests that you can use to assess fairly quickly, hence quick tests, if this is a website that you are going to be able to trust the information that you are finding on it. A lot of times the best thing to start with is the domain. The domain is basically telling you what type of website that is. Another thing to really look at is who is the author. Just like in a book, just like when you're looking really at any source, you need to determine who the author is and if they have a specific point of view. This could be a certain agenda or a certain opinion that they are advocating for. And this can definitely happen in websites as well. So it's really important to try and find the author and find out why the author has created this website. Another really good indication to tell you if this is going to have material that will be useful to you is when was it last updated. If you come across a website and you look at the bottom of the page and it's showing you that it has not been updated since 1996, probably time to move on, because that information, especially if you are looking for more current information, is not going to be something that is going to be helpful to you. Two other really important factors to consider when you're looking at a website, particularly as it pertains to your research, is relevancy and credibility. Should this be included in your research? Is it timely? Once again, we're talking about that. How often has it been updated? Does it appear to have current information? These are really important situations to consider as you are doing your research. Okay, so let's talk about what the different domains mean. And what I mean by domain is I'm talking about this right here where it says .org, .edu, .com, .gov. Now these are some of the more common ones you're going to encounter when you're doing your research or when you're evaluating websites for their information and their content. A .org site just means it's an organization. U means it's an education site, or it's put out by an educational community. For example, this one is showing Illinois State University. So this is Illinois State University's website, hence that's why they have an edu after it. Best Buy, however, is telling you this is a commercial site, so it's a .com site. You can go on and you can purchase things. The point of the website, in many cases, is to make money. And the last one, of course, is .gov, which means it's a government entity that has put together this particular website for whatever the purpose may be. Let's talk about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is, as many of you have realized, when you are doing a search, generally comes up first. A lot of the time. I shouldn't say generally, but a lot of the time it comes up first. Now, why is this? The reason, at least in Google, how things are arranged, and in most search engines, the first results are the ones that most people have ended up clicking on, which is indicating to the search engine, hey, this must have some information that people are looking for, or they really want to find out what this site tells them. So that is why Wikipedia comes up a lot, because a lot of people are clicking on Wikipedia. Wikipedia, just to clarify, is a wiki. A wiki means it can be editable, means people can change it by lots of different people. Now, what has changed about Wikipedia over the years is it used to be that anyone could get in and change it. Now they're kind of restricting some things on who can get in and change the information. Is Wikipedia a credible and reliable website? Let's take Wikipedia as an example to a book. A book is published and it comes out, and let's say it's talking about a famous person. Let's say this is a famous person who dies 2 days after the book has been published. With Wikipedia, literally hours, sometimes minutes after the news has happened that the person has died, it can be reflected on the website. So in terms of it being credible and reliable, is it timely? It is very timely. It can be very timely. Now let's talk about in terms of reliability. That's where we need to look at this bit down here where it says citation information. Citation information is very important because citation tells you where they're getting the information to put up on the web page. We're going to get up to Wikipedia, and I'm going to go ahead and do a search for solar energy. Now, here it is. It comes up. Solar energy. All right. I want you to not even look at the top part for a second. I want to show you the bottom of this page. Aha. Do you see where it says references? These are all the citation information where the people who have created all of this up here, they are saying where they got it from. And it's really important that you start understanding this concept because when you do research, this is exactly what you have to do. Unless you originally came up with the idea yourself, you probably are getting it from somewhere else, or you are getting it from somewhere else. There's no probably about it. Sometimes you're going to come across a page in Wikipedia that says, you know what? We haven't had this information verified. So you need to be aware that this information hasn't been checked to a rigorous standard. And that is why you always, always, always need to verify your information in more than one source. So when you are evaluating websites, you need to make sure you are considering the following. Is it a credible source? Is it a reliable source? And use those standards that I was talking about with the quick test. Who's the author? Why are they writing it? What is their purpose? Make sure that you understand when you're using Wikipedia that you go ahead and you look at the citation information. That is what makes Wikipedia a credible and reliable source for the most part. And when you are in doubt, you must verify the information in a completely different source independent from your first one.